Everybody doing today? Welcome. This is Marx Card Shop Talk, episode 1. We're here with DP, Mr. Peko in the house.
Man, thank you, brother.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, longtime NFL vet, avid card collector. So I appreciate you stopping by today. I know, as we continue, to branch out and whatnot, we love to hear stories. We love to hear, what ticks you and how you got into the hobby. Things you enjoy. So, with that, like I said, I appreciate you stopping by today.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much, Mike, for having me. Super excited to be a part of the podcast here. And, my name is Domata Peko, 15-year NFL veteran. Most of my career is with 11 years with the Bengals, over a decade there, 2 years with the Broncos, and then the past 2 seasons, one with Arizona and one with the Ravens. The latest was with Arizona. But yeah, dude, I love sports cards. In particular, I love soccer. Soccer is my favorite, man. It's like my niche. I love to collect it, and I've been collecting since my first pack of cards I believe I bought was in 2006.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's when I first started my soccer collection.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we were going to get into today. A little bit about myself. I love football. But baseball being like my number one sport. So, we were thinking about this and I said, let's start off with some soccer. Let's get in. And it was actually ironic because, I was reading today that you had Pedri sign a new contract today. It was over 1 billion euros to hold his rights. So I thought that was kind of crazy. So something we can kind of lead into today.
That's cool.
With that, we'll kind of just roll off. You were talking about your NFL career. It's just crazy how many games you've played. I was kind of going through, your statistical data, and it said 16 games. So that takes a lot of help. Any tips on that?
Yeah, brother. Yeah,
on your health tips, I guess. What are your health tips? Before we get into sports cards, I still want a little help.
No worries, man. Yeah, dude. Thank God, man. I think I had like a record for a while of most consecutive games started. It was like 100-something in a row. So that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
I would any health tip I would give to the youth out there, to anybody in general, man, is for me, I think longevity for me, not only just eating right and training hard but also just being spiritually, strong as well. So I'm a big believer in God, and so I always thank God every morning I wake up, just giving thanks to Him and praying for strength. And I think that's what kept me in the league for so many years without injury, man. Was the good man upstairs, always holding me down and giving me the strength. My dad's a pastor, so I grew up in the church, and I always just had a love for him upstairs, and I think that's one of the main reasons for longevity. But as far as like health-wise, just trying to eat the right things, you know what I mean, and stay active, man. Just trying to at least get an hour of running, of cardio, or some kind of exercise a day, and I think you'll be okay, you know what I mean? Yeah. But longevity, definitely, I'm going to give it up to my man upstairs.
So does he help you also when you're opening packs? Because I see you have a good hot streak,
I do, bro.
When you pull up in your packs, I don't know, do you say a good prayer?
I do, it's funny, man.
As we, hang out more and more, and I see what you're ripping, the pulls you have are absolutely, what are some of your big pulls that you've had?
Oh, man, dude. Me and my son, it's actually my son, Joey Hot Hands, man. I wish he was here.
Yeah, shout out to Joey Hot Hands. Yeah, man. Shout out to Joey.
He's in school right now, man, getting them good grades. He gets straight A's, so thank God for that. But yeah, some of our biggest pulls would have to come out of Immaculate Soccer. We ended up pulling a dope Messi patch auto out of 10. That was really dope. A rookie Immaculate Holland.
Got it.
That's super crazy out of 50. And then one of our other cool ones is we have some. I brought some stuff.
Yeah, let's see. Pull some of your stuff out.
This is crazy, bro. This is a dope Pele, 1 of 1. R9, the old Ronaldo.
Yep.
That's really cool. Got that.
Oh yeah, 101.
Yeah,
Pele
and then this is
Ronaldo.
the Messi that we pulled as well. It's pretty
See.
fire.
Again, so not only collecting the soccer, the
Holland.
sport, but
Yeah.
also the players that you're able to pull. How cool is that?
It's awesome, man. I love soccer, and then like for me personally, my PC is Messi, Ronaldo, Pele, Beckham, and then for the young guys, man, I'm really on Holland and Jude Bellingham.
Got it. What about Pedri? I know I threw him
Yeah,
out
Pedri
earlier.
too. I actually brought a Pedri today
Did you?
to take the PSA as a Pedri Auto Blue out of the Champions League.
Got
Chrome.
it. Yeah, how is he as a player? I mean, give me your thoughts on Pedri.
I love Pedri, man.
Yeah.
I was just watching. I know they're struggling a little bit right now. They had a loss a couple, I think, last week. But man, I like his creativity. He's so young, man. He's very young player. But I think him, Fati are gonna be able to lead the way, man. Now that Messi's gone, they have more of a lot of shoes to fill there. Some big shoes to fill there.
Well, that and a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely. And I heard about that $1
billion
billion clause, man. That's pretty awesome, man.
So how does it feel? Like I said, so you're here collecting soccer. You've played in the pros. So how is it like? What is the feeling to be able to collect kind of like your fellow guys? Because they're professionals also. They understand the ins and outs of being a professional athlete. Yeah. So how is it? I mean, is it what does it feel like?
I don't know, man. I like it, man. I love to collect them, and hopefully one day you get to meet some of these freaking goats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's really cool. That's why I really respect collecting these guys, because I know the work that you have to put in to be great, and the work you have to put in to be a legend or a GOAT. So I know they're really hard workers, and that's what makes me want to collect them, man. That I look up to them as well. You know what I mean? So that's one of the main reasons I love collecting soccer, and I play a lot of FIFA as well. So that's what really got me on the card game.
We'll have to give a shout out to your screen name right here. See if anybody wants.
PekoCollections on Xbox. Let me know.
Peko94. If you want to get worked on that FIFA, he says, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's cool. As I look at these cards and you see, like you said, the greats, and then you did mention some of the newer guys.
Yeah, young dudes.
What was one of the first cards you pulled?
This is I actually brought it with me.
No
man.
way.
Yeah.
So one of the first cards you've ever pulled, you brought here with.
Yeah.
What do you know? It's
one of the first
card
cards.
shots.
Because remember I was telling you in 06 that's when I started. So this isn't from 06, but this is from this year during the pandemic.
Got it.
That's
so when you
what
really got
me
back
on.
hard, you're right. When you got back hard, you're like, you know what? My interest is peaked here. I want to get into it. Let me open something and let me see your first pull.
Yeah, it was this one, man. A freaking Messi auto.
Messi auto.
Out of the Top's finest.
Top's finest.
That was Joey Hot Hands, man.
Yeah, again, the good Lord's looking down on you. I can tell you. What a beautiful card. Great player.
That's what I'm saying. Like in a matter of months, bro, we pulled like 3 Messi autos, bro.
Especially out of 25. What a beauty.
So like the crazy part about it, man, is when we pulled that, I felt like a big old hook was in me, man. I was like, I'm back in the hobby. I'm back. You know what I mean? So been going strong ever since then. But just like the fact that my son Joseph and I ripped together, that's what really makes it special for us at PekoCollection, is because we're father-son duo. And the fact that my son really loves it too, that makes it really special, man. Because I felt like if I was doing it my own, I don't know, it wouldn't be as fun, but like having my son with you right by my side, and like when we pull a card, I'm ringing the bell, he's yelling, I'm yelling, and it's freaking awesome.
So what kind of relationship now has that brought to you and your son as like the cards? Let's go back to, like you said, when you first ripped open this Messi. Prior to that, I'm sure you and your son, you had a good relationship, but how has it evolved?
Yeah, it's been a blessing, man, because like you said, we did have a good relationship, but I felt like the cards, man, kind of brought us even closer together. Like now, like we'll wake up like today, like this morning, he'll be like, "Hey, Dad, are you going to Marx today? Or are you gonna go to Valley Sport? What cards are you going to today?" You know, and then he's like, "Hey, Dad, try to look out for this new." He was talking about the Pedri, the $1 billion deal thing. Yeah. And he goes, "Make sure you try to get some Pedris today." You know what I mean? So my son is all about it, and it really brought us a lot closer. And even my wife as well. She started to come into the hobby a little bit. Like the other day when I was doing the show, she actually surprised me with a display case for me and my son Joe to put our cards in. I thought she was gonna be like, stop spending money on cars. But she ended up buying me something for it. I was like, thanks, man. So I got the blessing from the wife.
That's big. Yeah, that is a big one. That's basically, so if you do have a spouse, that is a big weight relief. Right?
Yeah, bro. So happy, bro.
No, you know what I always say. There's something about these cards. It's like magic. There's like magical things. Whatever sport it may be. I've mentioned it's gone through recessions, presidents, wars, and
right.
It's still here, and we're talking about it now in 2021. But I know what it's done, like you mentioned, for your family, and I go on, what it's done for our family. The Marx cards family. After losing my brother Mark, and you're in such a low point, but what the cards has done to us. I mean, you've come into our shop and just the magic. It's like magic and the excitement and the love and again, there's all sorts of players, but just with the commonality of what this thing can do.
Yeah,
and I say thing, but trading cards, and then the next step I see you got them graded here. So that was always the added step. I know we've talked about, getting stuff graded, authenticated and whatnot. But yeah, there's something special about these sports cards, and it's awesome to hear, from your story about your family, and now your wife's on board, and Hot Hands Joey getting involved. So he's at school right now. What is he thinking? He wants to do well, because if he does well, we could get some sports cards.
Right, bro. And like he's on I put him on our little payroll. Give him a little bonus here and there when he throughout the week, and he's been stacking his chips up, man. He's been doing really good. But like you said, man, this freaking piece of cardboard, right? It freaking brings people together. From all different walks of life. I randomly came into the store, just because of this stuff. Trying to find some cards, and thank God I did, because now we get to build our relationship. And with you and your brother Kevin, you guys have been such a blessing to me in my life, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Shout out to Mark's Cards, definitely, man.
Yeah, no, and it's reciprocal. It's cool. Certainly reciprocal, and again, it's enjoying what you're doing. Right?
Heck yeah, man.
We went for a loss, and we turned it into something that we can network with people and bring people together. We talk about this on a daily. But, amazing collection. And Joey Hot Hands, I tell you what, he's on an absolute tear right now. You mentioned about putting him on on payroll and getting him a game plan.
Yeah.
Let's think about it. When we were that age, how old is he? 14?
Yeah, 13.
13. Yeah, 13. Okay, well, I would say he's 18 just because he's a lot taller than I am. And so being at 13, to be able to set a business plan together and some ideas, and, to be able to set some goals up and say, you know what, I'm going to work and do this, so I can get that, and again, I think that's super important as we continue, and who knows where trading cards is going to go in 15, 20 years, but there's a game plan for it, and there's always value to these, because there's value to somebody, whether it be a guy collecting a team, guy collecting a player, a guy collecting. I like collecting guys with the same birthday as me, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah. Right now, tonight, shout out to Corey Seager.
Dude.
Yeah, Corey Seager's, we're born on the same day.
Oh, that's what's up,
man. Dodgers. Game 5 tonight. So.
Let's go Dodgers.
It's certainly magical, and it's cool to see, and we're always appreciated when you come by, because you always bring such a positive energy here.
Appreciate that, man.
And that's what it should be about, right? As we deal with our, the outside world, we say the outside world because we feel like sometimes we're in a bubble when we're here, because there's so much positivity.
Right.
And you go out there and you got to navigate it all. So, to be able to share that, like you said, you shared with me earlier today. You went to a show and somebody asked you why you were here at the card show and you should be on the NFL field. Right? So give me your thoughts on that. At least for me, what I say is there's no set boundaries here, right? There's no colors, there's no sizes, there's none of that. It's just love and passion.
Right. Yeah, it was just a weird experience I had a couple weeks ago. I was at a show, me and my son, and someone just came up to me with a weird, kind of negative vibe, just saying "Hey, dude, what are you doing here?" Kind of telling me what, I don't belong here, in the hobby, at the show. So I ended up just telling him, "Bro, dude, I love the hobby. Me and my son are here together as a team, and we collect soccer cards, man. That's our passion. You know what I mean?" So that's why I kind of killed that whole negative vibe. I just told him, "Hey, bro, I love this. I love the hobby, and I love cards. So that's why I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm not here for anybody else. I'm just here to do my thing, and because I love the hobby."
Yeah.
So I ended up killing it with kindness. But yeah, dude, I feel like in any time you're doing anything, man, there's always going to be some kind of negativity, some kind of hate. But you just got to rise above that. You know what I mean? Kill them with kindness. And as for the hobby, man, I feel like the hobby's welcome to anybody, bro. If you're a collector, you're collecting, you know, soccer, baseball, football. It doesn't matter what you're collecting, man. It's a hobby, and I think it's open to everyone, man. I feel like the more people in the hobby, the better it's going to be. Especially the young dudes, the youth, like my son, like the young kids in the hobby, they're going to drive it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so I had to kill it with kindness. But yeah, that was just a little. Sometimes you go through some negativity in the hobby, but it's always good to kill it with kindness.
Yeah, no, that's always a good thing. Especially, you know, like you said, there's so much with social media these days, right? You know, everybody has free speech, and everybody's allowed to say things as fast as they can. But you know, at the same time, you know, at least for, you know, let's think about it. We're talking about sports cards here, right?
Yeah.
Or Pokemon cards, or whatever it may be. You know, let's build a connection.
Right.
You know, let's find a way to work together.
Yeah.
You know, and it's cool to see. Like I said, I like guys with birth dates, and some guys, you know, my wife loves Peyton Manning, so you know, she's collecting Peyton Manning, and
that's cool.
You know, actually, something I was just thinking about. You mentioned you played in Arizona, and then you played in Baltimore. So that's playing with Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson, two unbelievable quarterbacks right now at the time.
Awesome.
Who would you take in a 2-minute drive to win the game?
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Sheesh. Man, I have nothing but respect for Kyler and for Lamar, you know what I mean? But for me, I kind of, if it was 2 minutes on the line, man, I had to go with somebody. I'm probably going to go with my boy Lamar Jackson, man. With the Ravens there. After playing for Cincy for 11 years, man, I went to the Ravens because they were in our division, so we played there twice a year for many years. But just going and being on their side of the field and just seeing the way that Lamar was leading, man, as a young dude. I think he was in his second year or third year when I got there. So he was such a young dude as well, but he was just taking the lead, man. Took the bull by the horns and was running with it. It made you want to play for him. You know what I mean? That's why I really loved Lamar. And, dude, you can't beat that, man. He's been throwing the ball like crazy, and he's been running the ball like crazy. So, yeah, I'll probably put the ball in his hands with the 2-minute drill with the game on the line.
There you go. You know, I put up something yesterday on our Instagram, and Lamar Jackson has more yards than half the teams in the NFL.
I saw that, bro.
Yeah, so it's a pretty cool stat. And again, you know...
And people still hate on him, bro.
Well, again, everybody's going to have their say.
Yeah.
So that's the way I see it. Everybody will have their say. I'm a big Lamar Jackson fan myself. You'll go in our break room, you'll see Lamar on the wall. But it goes to show there's a lot of players. Everybody will attack their players, in different ways.
Right.
But... yeah, shout out to Kyler Murray, too. He's an unbelievable player.
Bro,
you know,
if it was 10 seconds left, I'll go with Kyler Murray for the Hail Mary.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to give him some love, too. What's up, Kyler?
Yeah, I got you. You know, that is true. He does have a cannon, right? He was signed. He was, he's a first-round draft pick.
Right.
What other sports could you play, Peko?
Me?
Now that we're on the multi-sport, because I think Lamjack can certainly play basketball. Lamjack he's just uber athletic. So you put him in any sport, tennis. But what about yourself?
Me, I don't know, man. When I was growing up, man, I played baseball in Samoa, in American Samoa, and also I played volleyball. But I think for me, if to play professionally, bro, I'd probably be like a WWE wrestler. Let's go! Usos, let's go. You need another Uso?
Yeah, that would be amazing, dude. You know what? Actually, I still remember like it was yesterday. My dad took our next door neighbor and I to WrestleMania. You have Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh yeah, at the Arrowhead Pond. Big wrestling fan. You know, obviously wrestling's changed now, but they put in a lot of work, those wrestlers.
That's cool. Heck yeah, they do, man. I know a couple of wrestlers like Rikishi, and then what's it called, the Usos as well, and Roman Reigns.
There you go.
Me and my son, and my kids, we've probably been to like 20 wrestling matches, bro.
So let me ask you, are you going to be collecting the new Topps Chrome Wrestling that's coming out next week?
Man, dude, that's a crazy part, bro. I think I'm going to stick with soccer, man.
Soccer?
I feel like if I stretch too much, you know what I mean, and do baseball, basketball, man, I'm going to be I don't know who to collect from there.
Yeah.
But since I love soccer and I know the players, you know what I mean? That's why I'm going to stick to that. But maybe I might grab like one or two wrestlers here and there. Yeah. Maybe Ultimate Warrior or like an Undertaker. I wouldn't mind getting a dope Undertaker card.
There you go. Yeah, you know what? Last show we had our card show out here. There was a gentleman that was set up and he had all the wrestling cards. And I was just mesmerized by again, you think about it, Topps Chrome, you know, Macho Man Randy Savage auto.
That's it.
Unbelievable cards.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, with that, you know, are there any cards you're out? You know, you mentioned soccer. You're going after soccer, and soccer's your focus, which is actually kind of an important thing because there's so many cards out there. So trying to stay laser focused on, you know, who you're attacking, you know, what kind of cards you're going after, you know, it's super important. So, you know, what cards are you know, do you have any cards in mind that you're thinking about?
Yeah, right now, like, for the young dudes right now, I'm trying to get like some Pedries, you know what I mean? I'm looking at a lot of Topps Chrome right now and Topps Sapphire.
Topps Sapphire.
Yeah, the Sapphire would be really
beautiful
good
set.
shape. Yeah. So like Pedri, for example, is one of my favorite rookies, and then Jude Bellingham, man, that's another player from BBB.
Yeah.
Holland's
like
teammate.
Yeah.
He's been killing it. Not only he's a great rookie, but he's been actually putting up the stats as well. He's been having like
he attacks, doesn't he?
He's an attacker, but also he's setting people up. He's kind of like Paul Pogba in the midfield, like hell of assist, you know what I mean, and just really creative in the midfield. So I really like him. And then who else? This other dude named Ademi. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Yeah,
he's super dope as well. And my other favorite is this dude named Doku, Jeremy Doku.
There you go.
Yeah, if you ever Google him, look at his highlights, you'll probably be a fan of him as well.
There you go. You got a couple of prospects or some new guys that you know you're new into soccer. There's some guys from DP. He'll let you know on his soccer who he's looking after. I know you did mention to me before we started here a big Messi card you're looking after or looking for.
Yeah.
And I know we had one here. It was the Lionel Messi Mega Cracks.
Ooh, yeah, that's definitely a Grail card, brother. Yeah, man, I'm looking for, if anyone's out there, man, I'm looking for the Mega Cracks Lionel Messi, and also looking for the Mega Cracks Ronaldo, man. I need to get some of those, man. Those are definitely
on your list.
It's like a Jordan rookie card for, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's what
soccer.
I mean. It's staying focused.
Yeah.
You love soccer, so like, and then once you transition and you say, okay, now what are the soccer guys I like? Okay, Lionel. Okay, now what are his cards?
Yeah, his
top.
Because
let's think about it. How many cards? Take a random guess of how many cards Lionel Messi has from the first 3 years. Or even just say the first 5 years.
Yeah. I don't know.
Lots. Well, hundreds. And then as you get into, the teens, 2010, 11, 12, okay, maybe not. But once you get into like 14, 15, 16, 17, there's a lot of Lionel Messi cards out there. So, like you said, attacking, one of his special cards, 2004 Panini.
That's definitely a great card for me.
Yeah. And again, it goes, as I go into my collecting and, I enjoy collecting myself. Obviously, this is how I started. I love collecting. Most of my PC is not graded.
Oh,
Go
wow.
figure. Yeah.
Wow.
Go figure. I'll have to bring it out one time. Some of it.
Yeah, man.
I love,
stuff,
I love just the cards.
Yeah.
And obviously if you ever go to sell a card, eventually I'm gonna have to go put a serial number on it for authenticity and whatnot. But I tell you, just loving cards, and I love Derek Jeter.
Nice.
Yeah, Derek Jeter and Peyton Manning are our guys. So again, I go for you. I find the guy, then I go find the cards.
Nice.
What cards, and I see, one I was after was the Topps Gallery. It was stained glass looking card.
Nice.
Oh, I should have brought it today. Next time I'll have to
dope.
show you. And again, it's not his rookie card.
Yeah.
It's not something crazy uber expensive, but it's just a
beautiful card.
Beautiful card.
Hell yeah.
So, it's cool as you continue to evolve in your collecting to kind of see how your collection, goes. And, I know you've been to a few of our shows, and we love having you at our shows and setting up and making moves.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much.
Yeah, mass following. So he just kind of transitioned into sports cards. Like I said,
the same thing those dudes did over there at Melrose, huh?
Yeah, same thing.
And their shit shut down.
Yeah.
I drove over there the other day. That shit was boarded up.
Closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
That's what I heard. I was reading some of the reviews about that. That was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
They're like, they went in there, someone would go in there and be like, hey, how much is this card valued at? They're like, we don't know. We just doing it for fun. Like, they don't know. Like, I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah. It's the intent. It's the intent.
They were just on the hype and shit. Eh?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then plus sourcing the product is hard. So like to be able to week day in and day out to go out and source all the slabs, all the singles, all the product.
Right. That's a lot.
It's all day.
I understand, man. Just doing like that one day a week of just a show, Soccer Sunday, it's a lot. Man.
Yeah, you plan all week just to do the one day.
Hell yeah.
So here it's planning every day.
Every day.
That
shit has to be
every day. It's fun.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, because you're in sports and you're anticipating and you're doing all that, but
people don't see the hard work as well, huh?
Yeah.
They just see like
the dollars are
right.
all these, but no, it comes, you gotta get creative, you gotta add, it's like as I took out all my Pokemon now, what am I gonna do to replace that? stuff like
Yeah.
that. Let's any final thoughts? As you continue your soccer journey, do you want to get to more soccer games maybe now, or do you want to, little things like that, to kind of beef up your soccer love?
Yeah, man, I definitely want to hit up some more soccer games. I love doing the international games. Like whenever the U.S. plays, I try to hit up a U.S. game here and there. But also, man, I want to try to go to bigger shows, man. I've been to a lot of shows here in Cali. So, like, my next goal is trying to go to Vegas or Dallas. I really want to go to, like, one of the national shows, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And try to build up the collection there. Because I heard at the national shows you get more soccer collectors there.
There you go.
Because, like, some of the stuff in Cali, you'll find, like, maybe 1 or 2 tables of soccer.
And most of them we're not willing to sell.
Yeah, everyone's trying to hold on.
Yeah, because soccer is pretty big in this area.
Yeah,
soccer is pretty big in this area.
So, but like just trying to find like those other like unique cards, you know what I mean? Like the mega crack stuff, and like some of those stuff, the vintage stuff that you can't really find here. I definitely.
Or like your 101 Pele Ronaldo.
Yeah, let's go, man.
I don't think anybody else is gonna find that one.
That one's nuts, man.
Yeah, so
that's really cool.
Yeah, and then again, Messi here to 10, 4 out of 10.
That's just cool, man. That's like you're saying, like trying to find like you find your player and then just trying to find the cards that you like in this different sets. But yeah, I really draw the fond to the Immaculate, Obsidian, and some of the higher end soccer stuff because they have some really cool low numbered stuff.
Yeah, match worn.
Heck yeah, match worn, game worn materials, man. Those are the best.
Yeah, they are the best. Well, I appreciate. So we see, you have a cool set of cards here. What is some advice you would give to like somebody newer, somebody just beginning? Or, maybe that don't have, to say, how do I start?
Yeah, man. Anybody that's coming new into the hobby, I would suggest trying to find someone that's been doing it, you know what I mean, and that's been collecting for years, and kind of just ask them questions, man. That's what I do, man, because I'm fairly new in the hobby as well. I collected in the early 2006, but I've been missing in action for many, many years. So now that I'm back in the hobby, man, I thank God for Mike and Kevin, people like this at Marx Cards. Just ask questions, man. What's the worst that can happen? They won't tell you the answer, but just try to ask questions and then collect what you like, man. Like, I love soccer.
Absolutely.
I love soccer, so that's why I collect soccer. So, like, whatever you love, find that, you know what I mean, and collect that. And then, like I said, man, once you start building up your collection, man, you'll be able to do some trades. You'll be able to do some cool stuff to help build. You'll get like 5 cards right here and turn them into 1 giant card, you know what I mean? Or you get 1 giant card and turn them into 10, you know what I mean, medium cards. But yeah, there's several ways to do it. But yeah, dude, I would definitely find a veteran in the hobby and try to get under their wing and let them show you the ropes.
So soccer's continuing to grow. These Instagrams of these soccer players are massive. We see now some trickling into the U.S.
Yeah.
Our U.S. soccer team has gotten better.
Yeah.
Especially on the men's side. Our women's side has been dominant.
Right.
But now we're starting to grow. What do you see, in the next 5 to 10 years with this? With maybe some of these older players now taking over ownerships, like i.e. David Beckham.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited about the way the U.S. Soccer is starting to grow. You know what I mean? I feel like it's barely like scratching the surface, in soccer in general. And, man, seeing guys like Wes McKennie, you know what I mean, Dest, coming from Barcelona, from Europe, and playing for, being able to come to our U.S. team and play and bring that creativity that they have in Europe. I feel like our team is getting better, man. Especially with this young dude. We got the 18-year-old Pepe. He's been scoring like crazy for us, so shout out to him. His cards have been going through the roof as well. But yeah, dude, I feel like U.S. soccer's continuing to get better. And then Pulisic has been hurt. Once he gets back on the team, bro, I think we're going to have a good, solid team because the World Cup is right around the corner next year. So, yeah, I think our team has been building, and hopefully we can get everything on track and make a nice little run in the World Cup next year.
Do you see soccer, the MLS particularly, growing just like the European side? And I say that, like, I just have this, thought in my head, like Lionel Messi, after he's done, the last 2 to 3 years of his career, coming back to the U.S. and playing on an MLS squad, and some of these older, legends coming back and really bumping up this Major League Soccer league now. I guess that's kind of what me and my brother will go back and forth on this, or my brother will have his say on it, but I think. It would be a huge bump for the MLS league. And I think our league in the U.S. could use it and would love it. Especially, I think of these players living in these countries where, quote-unquote, maybe not as safe. They live in Miami. They're going to live in Las Vegas. They're going to live in some of these things to end their career. What do you think?
Right. Yeah, I like that, man. That's I feel like that's one of the things that MLS has been doing, like, for a while is, like, getting like Ibrahimovic when he was kind of slowing down, but he actually came and dominated. Yeah, scored like 40 goals or something.
Unbelievable, right?
And then like Kaká, I believe, came down here as well. Even Wayne Rooney came out here for a spell. You know what I mean? So yeah, dude, seeing those like Europeans once they get like a little bit older and they're done with the European League coming out here and playing for the MLS has been freaking awesome. Hopefully we can get them when they're a little bit, still in their prime.
Yeah.
But I know they're going to be asking for that check. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and then that is the hard part because the filling of the stadiums, right? The revenues. You turn on your TV to the Champions League game and this crowds are, I mean, you can't even, it's unbelievable. So.
But I think they're, the U.S., the MLS soccer, man, is starting to get better and better. You know what I mean? I've been to a couple games. Been to one in Denver. And then the Seattle has a really big following as well. Oh, yeah. And then that dude Pepe, man, over there in Texas, man, they've been killing it. So, yeah, hopefully MLS just continue to grow and soccer in general for the U.S. I believe the better that the U.S. team does, the better the MLS does, the better for the card game in the U.S.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. And you know what? Even just for the younger kids, that are playing soccer and now that can say, oh, shoot, we got, professional soccer here in the U.S. We don't have to go to, Europe or, an Asian league or the Mexican league or whatnot. So I think it's pretty cool, and I would like to see more of that, like you said, in their prime.
Heck yeah. It's really cool, like, seeing, like, Des, like, going to Barcelona and playing for, like, one of the biggest clubs in the world, you know what I mean? Seeing that as, like, a U.S. kid, and that has to bring, like, promise, it has to give you, like, admiration. It's like, dude, if that dude, Des can go to Barcelona and play at the highest level, I can do it too, So that's really awesome to see.
Do you think MLS will ever get to somewhat of a level of a European league?
I hope so, man. I feel like the more popularity, the more that we fill up the stands here in the U.S., I think the better, the MLS will get. So we just got to fill up those stands as fans. And,
it's this outreach, like you said. Let's reach the kids. Let's get them out and let them know that it is possible, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I met I tell, guys that come in here to get a little spreadsheet. Excel spreadsheet.
Heck yeah.
And you start with like your first 5 cards on your spreadsheet. And then blink, and in a month, you'll see what those 5 cards have turned into if you're staying active, and you're staying active. And that's the fun part about this, and seasons change, players are changing. Appreciate that, and again, collect what you like. I think that's the most important thing.
I just want to shout out my home city, Whittier, California. That's where I was born, here in LA. And then in 6th grade, my family, my mom and dad, like I mentioned, my dad's a pastor. We moved to American Samoa. So from 6th grade till I graduated high school, I was back home in the islands of Samoa. And I think that's a big part of being able to play in the league for so many years too, is going home and learning my culture, my roots, and all that. But also, man, I want to give a shout out to my wife, Anna Peko. She's the backbone of everything, man. She's been my support system from day one. And thank you for everything, babe. You're the best. And also, can I do my whatnot?
Everything.
Hey, thank you, brother.
Just not your license plate. Not your license plate, because they can't see your car you drove up.
Good. But yeah, if you guys tune into Whatnot, download the app on the App Store, Whatnot. Tune into PekoCollections. We do a thing, it's called Soccer Sundays every Sunday, and it's at 6 p.m. Pacific. It's a couple hours long, and we do some crazy cars like this, on there. So you have an opportunity to build your collection. And that's what our brand is about, Peko Collection. It's about helping others build their collection. So let's go, man. Much love.
As we all can continue our journey in this industry and the hobby, and it just brings, I know I'm super excited. I have 2 young kids. My daughter's 8, my son's 5, and, shout out to Joey again. Thanks, but they're young, and, what do we want to make, for the future of the industry, of the hobby? And again, for me, it's just keep sharing the passion and the love, and I know you have it, so, continue that.
Thank you, brother.
Continue that. All right. Appreciate you stopping by today. I know we could sit here and chat all day about, between family, between cars, between a whole bunch of different, your career, because I have, you had an unbelievable career. But with that, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best in your collecting, stopping by the Marx Card Shop talk, and as we continue, just to bring some love and picking your brain a little bit. I appreciate that. Thank you for stopping by today.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much, man. Shout out to Marx Cards, man. If you haven't been out here to Camarillo, make sure you stop by the shop, man. You get to meet someone like Mike, Kevin, my boy Cobby behind the camera. Excellent, man. Much love.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks, brother. Hell yeah, bro.
I don't know how to put my finger on what about it is other than just our love for sports.
Yeah.
It's the bond. It's like it goes back to this.
There's
I think
so many
about
facets.
it.
Yeah.
When you us as men, when we get older, when we're younger, it's fun to hang out with your buddies and all that. When you get older, it's a lot harder. We have families, you have wives now, so it gives us reason that we're doing something safe.
Yeah.
And something that we're able to still get that.
Very true.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because that's why you played sports.
Yeah.
You probably remember more more times about your locker room talks with people and the relationships with your buddies than you do necessarily the plays on the field you made.
Right.
I tell people with my baseball career.
Oh yeah.
That's what I miss the most. I miss the most
Exactly.
of just being in the locker room and shooting the bullcrap with the teammates.
We're on our way. My wife and I are on our way over here today, listening to some music, and it was getting me pumped up for the Dodger game. Cause I was like,
Oh man.
this is the best day on a winner take all game in the locker room. Huh? I'm getting the music fired up,
Yeah.
getting in that mindset. Like,
Well, no joke. There's the previous financial company I was with, Marshall Falk joined on board.
Oh,
Because,
nice.
Because he was
missed
he was missing that like
Yeah.
locker room.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody like immediately ascribes like this leadership to him, like because he has that
Yeah.
experience.
That's awesome, man.
So it gave him that platform
That's really
to
cool.
do it again. So
Yeah, I always do. That's how I feel like the past like several months here, not being on the team right now. Just missing that vibe of being in the locker room. So like,
so then what's to stop? You got to build a team.
yeah, no, right?
You should have a team Peko.
We are. We're building right now.
Right?
But yeah, my son and I are right now. We're the only two on the team.
Right, but I'm
Just we did a little interview today, and then we're just going through some of the cards, some of my favorite cards. So I
Oh,
brought
okay.
some.
So these are the favorites.
Yeah, some of the cards I brought today that to show.
hey, someone's already on your idea, huh? About your own soccer team.
I
And
know,
then-
I know,
It's
I
like
know.
you got a message that someone was just asking about collaboration, and
They're
they're
like,
talking
yeah,
about.
dude, I have this team in Taiwan or whatever.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, he goes, we want you to be like an ambassador.
Stakeholder or
Like an,
something.
yeah, I was like, really?
That's hilarious.
I
like-
told him,
That's cool though.
You got enough to sign Messi? Let's go.
Yeah, right. Let's go.
When he turns 55.
hey,